going to start with the Caudalie Beauty Elixir, which feels great. And I like to use that just to prep my skin. You can see anything moving behind me. It's just Asparagus, my cat. A little bit of concealer on the lid. I'm just going to list all the products below instead of trying to go through everything right now. And I'm just blending that out with a little brush. I'm gonna set that with the Burts Bees Mattifying Foundation. Again, I'm going through the products, but I just said they'll all be listed below. And I'm just gonna use like a big kind of fluffy brush and go over the whole lid. And today has just been one of those days. Last night I was up till like 3, got up at 7. Told myself I was gonna nap this afternoon, that didn't happen. Go in with this palette from Buxom. It's a customizable palette, so I picked the shades. Shade names will be listed below because I don't have them in front of me. And a little bit of that shade. And just run that through the old crease. Just really softly. And blending kind of in a circle in the outer corner here. Get the light shade, that kind of bone color, just over my brow bone. I keep looking back in the viewfinder because the last 2 times I filmed, I was out of frame for the majority of the video, which is great. Lancome Glow Subtil in the shade Glowing Lights, which is like a creamy little highlighter. Ignore how disgusting my nails look. Thank you. And I'm just gonna run that on the lid. Pretty though. Using the Tarte. Ooh, it's not gonna focus. This is the chrome paint. It's in Top Yacht. It's gold, basically. And I'm gonna apply that with my finger. And kind of tapping motions. That this is kind of like a weird consistency. If you've ever used them, you'll know what I'm talking about. They're a little bit like chunky almost, but it gives really nice texture to any eye look. And also it's the easiest way to make your eye look really put together, even if it's not. Using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil. And I'm just gonna run that under the lash line. We smudge a little bit up into the actual lid space because we're gonna cover that with black liner anyway. Now I'm using this Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Liner and Serum. So I'm just gonna make a small flick. I always do the flick first before the liner. Let's just have it. Sisters, not twins, but I mean, it's fine by me. Then I pull the liner back on itself and connect it to about the pupil, or I guess the edge of the iris. I always follow with a liquid liner after the pen. This one is the Schwing liner from the Balm. This is Essence Lash Princess. And that'll do it. If you aren't super extra like me, then you could probably just leave that, but we got the big girl lashes today. Use the Ardell Dark Lash Grip. And I'm just going to glue these up and let them sit for a couple minutes. Okay, while those lashes are drying, I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit and do the skin. Hello Flawless Oxygen Wow, which nothing ever focuses. And the Joe Fresh Daily Boost Fluid Parts. I don't know if you can see that. That's the Joe Fresh and that one is the Benefit. Just mixing on the back of my hand. Is that I like to blend with a kind of fluffy brush that is almost dry. It gives me the coverage that I want and it prevents streaking. Then for under eye concealer, the Rimmel Wake Me Up, just under the eye, in between the brow, chin, blemishes. A little extra coverage today because I'm feeling it. And the Sephora Bright Serum Concealer as well. Blend with the same brush. Kind of squeezing the brush together like this and just pushing and wiping up right under that line. And that is it for concealer as well. I'm not super big on crazy coverage. I'm going to apply lashes off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so lashes are on. I'm just gonna wait for them to dry down a little bit more before I really squish them in. A little bit more concealer under the eye. Go in with a little bit more of the Sephora one. Just there are my under eyes. My lash line's kind of irritated because I've already had makeup on and taken it off today. So it's looking a little bit extra red. I'm just going to use a little brush. And I'm just gonna tap over that blemish again as well. Now I know this looks crazy. I'm just gonna take a beauty blender. I'm gonna use cream bronzer today, and the one I use is the Kevyn aqua, which looks super disgusting. I'm just gonna cover that up, and I'm just gonna squeeze that out onto the back of my hand. I hate any kind of product with this applicator, this like gross brush situation, but the formula for this is unparalleled it out on the back of my hand. And then just under the cheekbone. I like to go a little bit higher rather than lower because I feel like it lifts it. And the really bright under eye also helps with that. I like to apply it to the Beauty Blender first, just because if you apply directly to the skin and then try to blend, sometimes liquid products will lift other liquid products. So you end up removing foundation or removing coverage from the areas that you want it or need it. Just pinching it tight and going down the sides of the nose. You could go in with your foundation brush if you wanted to soften anything out. Take the same concealer just down the sides of the nose, and that's going to help give that pinched illusion. And then I just go under the tip as well, because that's going to help lift it. Using a small brush again, just to pull it back. And then Beauty Blender again. Now I'm using the Hourglass Mineral Veil Loose Powder. I'll take a little bit extra and make sure I go right under the wing. And I'll also go and make a nice clean line right where we just applied the concealer. So you look nice and crazy. I'm taking the Burts Bees Bamboo Foundation, powder foundation, on a smaller fluffy brush. Asparagus! No, he's not gonna talk today. Now I'll let that sit for a minute or so. While that's sitting, I am just gonna go back in and kind of pinch my lashes down. And then I'll go over the lash band with the same liquid liner we use, just because lash adhesive always has kind of an extra shine to it. And that opportunity to fill in any gaps you see as well. And we're getting close to the finish line. All right, I have my soap. I'm just gonna spray it with my setting spray because I'm lazy. And then I'm taking just a little spoolie, scraping that up. I'm just gonna dust off the powder before I forget and get crusty. Okay, now that my brows are set and in place, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this Makeup Forever Aqua Brow, and I use a super tiny angled brush, and then I'll get right in close to the mirror and kind of just feather through. And I really take my time on brows. That's my, I don't know if it's my favorite part, but it's the part where I'll spend the extra time. And then I also go in with a powder just to kind of soften and even this out. I have a bald spot in this brow from a unfortunate bang trimming incident. So I just like to, basically, I wouldn't even really worry about filling in my brows. It's just to even them out. And the powder that I'm using is just a shadow from Smashbox. It's like a light taupe shade right there. Now I'm gonna go in and finish the lower lash line, highlight a little bit, and then we are pretty much done. I'm just gonna take the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. And I'm just gonna use a small kind of flat brush like that. Also run a little bit of the bronzer on kind of a fluffy brush like that, just through the crease. And then I'm just taking the Physicians Formula Butter Highlight in the shade Champagne, just on the inner corner. Okay, so that is the eyes done. I avoid any kind of lower lash mascara because I have quite long lower lashes and I get really bad transfer. For highlight, I'm taking the Sephora Radiant Luminizing Drops. Squeeze some out on the back of my hand first. Just going in with the edge of the beauty sponge. And I take it right back to the hairline. And taking a little bit of the Balm Sex Pot in No Money, No Honey. I take this just on a really skinny brush down the very center of the nose. And a little on the tip. Go. Then I will spray my setting spray before I do anything else. For lip product, the Milani retractable liner in Most Natural. And a little bit of Glossier, the gloss. That is everything from me. If I was going out, I might do my hair, but I blow dried it yesterday, so it's still in decent condition. This is the final look. And my cat cleaning himself in the background.